All right, DC fans, here we go. Alan Ritchson wanted to be Batman. Doesn't sound like that's going to happen, but it sounds like his time is coming to enter the DCU. He's talking about it, so now we are going to talk about it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Digital Charcuterie. My name is James. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're a fan of the DCU, hit that subscribe button. I talk about it and discuss it with you all the time right here on the channel. Let me know your thoughts of Alan Ritchson joining the DCU. Who would you like him to play in this saga, in this franchise, in this movie universe that we are getting, that we were in the birthing stages of? We're just seeing the beginnings of it, and it is growing. And Alan Ritchson is a fan, and James Gunn is a fan. So let's talk about it. There seems to be a lot happening with Alan Ritchson and the DCU behind the scenes, and it's not just a rumor. This comes directly from ScreenRant, from a brand new interview with journalist Liam Crowley, published November 6, 2025. In it, Ritchson confirmed he's actually been in real talks with DC Studios about joining the DC universe. And he didn't just tease it, he gave us one of the most revealing quotes we've heard from any actor talking about the Gunn reboot so far. Here's exactly what he said in the ScreenRant interview. This is word for word. Yes, that's the conversation I've been having with them, is like, I want to play somebody a little Messier. And I told them, I said, if I'm going to do this, I described to them the kind of personality that I'd want to play and what that would mean to their world. And I think it's something everybody wants to see right now over there. So yes, I want to play somebody a little dirtier than your typical clean-cut protagonist. That's no speculation. That's straight from the man himself. He's having ongoing conversations with DC Studios, and the way he phrases it, I described to them the kind of personality I'd want to play and what it would mean to their world. Tells us something big. This isn't a one-off meeting. This sounds like detailed character discussions, tone, motivation, personality, all the stuff actors only get into once they're in deep talks. And now this is where everything can go wild. Ritchson has been a DC guy for a long time. This is a dude with a legitimate history in the DC multiverse. He played Aquaman way back in Smallville Season 5, becoming the first live-action Arthur Curry on television. Later, he went on to play Hawk, Hank Hall in Titans, a role that brought a totally different energy. So, he's not new to the world of DC storytelling, but this time feels different because now it's James Gunn's DCU. And Gunn, this part is crucial, has already gone on record about Ritchson on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast with Josh Horowitz back in July 2024. Gunn said this about him: I'm a big Alan Ritchson fan, both as an actor and as a guy. Let's just wait to see what happens. When Gunn drops that kind of comment, it's usually code for we're working something out, but it's not ready for the public eyes yet. And just to keep this factual, this Messier talk isn't some new random spin. Ritchson has consistently been saying he wants to explore darker, less perfect characters. Back in August 2025, in a Variety interview, he confirmed that while he and Gunn had discussed Batman, he doesn't think that's the direction they're going. His exact words were, "It's not rumor that James Gunn is a fan. He said it himself. And am I a fan of James Gunn? Absolutely. I don't want to mislead people. Words have been exchanged about Batman, but I strongly don't think that Batman is in my future. I do think there is something in my future with DC, and I would like that to remain true." So we could talk that a gospel. Batman's off the table, which honestly makes things way more interesting, because if he's not playing a clean-cut hero like Batman and not a classic powerhouse like Aquaman, then that Messier comment starts to sound like something from the antihero side of the DCU. But I would really, really like him to play Aquaman. I just think it would be hilarious. It's not going to happen, but come on. And the thing is, the antihero vibe fits. And it fits the vibe of Gunn's Gods and Monsters Slay perfectly. The first wave of the new DCU is all about blurred moral lines. Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, these are stories that deal with people who operate in the gray zone. Ritchson is the exact kind of actor Gunn likes. Physically intimidating, charismatic, emotionally grounded, and maybe most importantly, funny when he needs to be. Let's look at where he could actually fit. I've decided to narrow it down to 5 possibilities, but let me know yours. Let me know your possibilities in the comments down below. I'm just having fun here. These are just 5 that I decided would be fun. These are 5 lower tier morally gray or flat out anti-hero characters that line up with everything Ritchson and Gunn have said, and every one of them could be game changing for the DCU. Number 1, I gotta go Deathstroke Slade Wilson. Now this is the one everybody's buzzing about. It's not confirmed, but man, the pieces line up perfectly. Deathstroke is the definition of a messy character, a soldier, assassin, tactician, and father, all rolled into one lethal package. He's not a good guy, but he's not chaos for chaos' sake either. There's order in his violence. His motivations are human, family, honor, pride, and that's what Ritchson thrives on as an actor. Think about his performance in Reacher. Quiet, controlled, brutal, but still deeply human. And Gunn's DCU desperately needs someone like Deathstroke. Manganiello's take in the Snyderverse was criminally underused, but Gunn has already confirmed that the brave and the bold will dig into the underworld of Gotham and Batman's Rogues Gallery. It would be the perfect entry point for Slade. Games Radar even speculated that Gunn might want to reintroduce Deathstroke as a complex, long-game antagonist, not a villain of the week. Physically, Ritchson fits the role better than almost anyone else in Hollywood right now. He's got the build, the intensity, and the quiet menace. You could imagine him opposite whoever ends up as the DC's Batman, and it would feel like two tactical monsters squaring off. And if you remember, a while ago, there was a rumor or an announcement that there was going to be a Deathstroke and Bane team-up movie happening. So that could be still in the works, and if it's in the works, they would need actors to fill those roles. Number 2, Wildcat, Ted Grant. This is a bit more niche, but ScreenRant actually name-dropped Wildcat when talking about what kind of Messier roles would fit Ritchson. Ted Grant is a washed-up boxer turned hero, a street-level legend who's been through hell. He's gritty, he's rough, and he's got that mentor who's seen too much energy. Gunn's Brave and the Bold could use a character like that to ground the film, someone who's not a god or a billionaire, just a fighter. Ritchson could totally pull that off. He's the kind of actor who could take a C-list character and make people care. Number 3, The Midnighter. If Gunn's The Authority movie or show or whatever is still happening, and as of late 2025, it's in some kind of development, something, though it never seems to work out, but we'll see what happens there. Then Midnighter is coming to live action. The character is literally DC's R-rated Batman, brutal, sarcastic, morally complex, and wildly violent. Midnighter is an anti-hero who knows exactly what he's doing and doesn't care what society thinks. ScreenRant even called him one of those Ritchson-coded characters in DC because of how he balances hyperviolence and emotional depth. You can cast Ritchson as Midnighter, and suddenly you have a fan-favorite cult hero who could headline his own Max series. And we got Captain Atom, and this is one that's just been going online for so long with Peacemaker, the rumor of him appearing in Peacemaker, but now could Ritchson be playing Captain Atom? It's actually a great fit. Captain Atom is a tragic figure, a soldier betrayed by his government, turned into a living nuclear reactor. His story is filled with pain, control, and identity issues. All those messy traits Ritchson mentioned. Imagine Gunn's version of Captain Atom as this flawed, haunted powerhouse who doesn't know if he's human anymore. Ritchson could absolutely nail that balance between strength and fragility. And 5, I'm going to go with Nemesis. This is the deep cut. Nemesis is a covert ops agent who operates in the murky world between justice and corruption. He's appeared in Suicide Squad and Checkmate Comics, and he's exactly the kind of morally gray player who could slot into Gunn's wider espionage wing of the DCU. If Ritchson joins as Nemesis, it would let him keep the Reacher-style stoicism while diving into the spy thriller territory, something DC is about to lean hard into. So those are the 5. They all fit that Messier description he was talking about, and they're all kind of in that anti-hero lane. But let me know yours in the comments down below. Who would you like to see Alan Ritchson play in the DCU? I think casting someone like Alan Ritchson would be a big win for the DCU, for this universe. He's a great actor. He's got the physicality that you want in the superhero genre of films, and he's enthusiastic about it and enthusiastic about working with James Gunn. So I just think all of that combined, I think this is a win-win for everybody. But it also ultimately depends on who he's playing and in what role and in what capacity. So it could be a lose-lose, but I think this is a high win-win. And I'm just, even if it's not one of these 5 characters, whoever they get, I think James Gunn is so perfect with his casting. I can't think of one who he's missed on. Like you could think, you could be negative on the film. You might not like the films he makes, but I just think his casting for them, I can't think of one that's not near perfect, like if not perfect, like just near perfect. Like his casting is always spot on. So whoever Alan Ritchson is going to play, I think is going to be brilliant, and it's going to be a great fit. And I can't wait to see what we're getting. But Deathstroke, just because the Bane Deathstroke movie was kind of announced, you'd think that they might get the ball rolling on that one. and you need cast for that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate your time. Hit that like button and subscribe. Until next time, may you be the master of your own universe.